You're this perp, and man, it feels like a minute since I dropped the video. But anyways, this is going to be my Top Boy discussion number 2 video. To give you a little brief description on what this series is I'm now just going back through and rewatching season 3 and seeing all the different things I can talk about. And I've already had this question since the first time I watched season 3. Will Dushane survive? But I would like y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and follow me on Twitter because I post a lot of updates and things like that on there. Stuff that I can't post here. But anyways, so the question is, will Dushane survive? And I know when I was reviewing this, like in my season 3 review, I was calling him Dushane. I don't know why. It's Dushane, but I guess it's to each his own, however you want to pronounce it. It's Dushane. Will Dushane survive the whole series of Top Boy? And I don't think he will, because, you know, in my previous discussion, I said that Jamie is my favorite character, and it's very likely that he could replace Dushane sometime in the near future of the series. Now, because it's very possible, you know, I wouldn't be upset about it. I know a lot of hardcore fans might not like that, but the way this show is positioned and the way it's presented, it's very possible that they could easily kill Dushane off. Because, you know, Dushane does a lot of, like, grimy ass shit. But also, you know, it would be time, it would be a perfect time to slowly shift into the next generation of Top Boy characters. Like, maybe Jax will make it through also, who knows. I have another discussion video in the future for that. I have some theories for that. But I want to ask y'all, do you think Dushane will survive the rest of the series? Because me, I could see him possibly for 2 more seasons, maybe. You know, I definitely see Sully being a mainstay to the series and to the end, but Dushane, I could definitely see him being killed off and replaced by Jamie's character. Just how they set up the ending, how Dushane offered him to work for him. Jamie might use that to his advantage to one-up Dushane and so. But who really knows what these writers have planned for these characters, especially the legacy characters. But it just, the way that Top Boy has introduced new characters is very interesting to me, and leads me to believe that they're not afraid to kill off their main characters. Now, I also think that Top Boy could go like 7 or 8 seasons, just because of the first 2 seasons were only 4 episodes each. So, you know, they could go for a while. You know, all the stuff that Dushane's doing, the way that they're building his character up, you know, he's a very selfish character to an extent. You know, like Sully kind of pretty much addressed this earlier on in the season, that it's always about him. It's never, and I think that's going to play into something into the future of Top Boy, maybe season 5 or 6 if it gets that way. Or, you know, they might end up killing off both Dushane and Sully. I don't think they'll get rid of Sully, because it's sort of like, I feel like eventually they're gonna give Sully this like redemption arc or some type of bigger picture type of motive in the series, I think. And it would be cool to see, you know, Sully and Jamie kind of put their shit together, put their shit aside. You know, I could see them working together better than, you know, Sully and Dushane, because Jamie is kind of similar to Dushane, but like what makes him different is that he's not as selfish. He makes reckless kind of moves, but they're calculated. He's a little bit smarter than Dushane, but we're just gonna have to wait and see what they do with the future of this series. But I think it's very possible that they could get rid of Dushane. I wouldn't be too upset about it, even though Dushane is, however you may feel about the character, you might not like him, you might think he's a douchebag, but you know, I think he's a really dope character and really makes the show. Hopefully, if they do kill his character off, it doesn't feel forced, because that's one thing. Like, if you're gonna kill a main character off, make sure you do it and make it make sense. You know, there's a lot of shows where they'll kill off characters and they'll not even put any thought or even any emotion into it, and it just ends up pissing off the fans and the viewers, and that's what kind of kills off your show. But I just definitely think that it's possible for them to get rid of him if it's done right. What do you guys think? Like, am I onto something? Do you think that Dushane's here to stay and Jamie's the one that's gonna go? Who knows, man? Because in Top Boy, that's the thing about Top Boy, like, you really don't know. They do a really good job of throwing you off and making you think a scene might play out one way, then the next episode they're gonna flip it on you. So, you know, pretty much just the way that this season has kind of set up Dushane's story has me to believe that he might be getting killed off in the next 2 seasons. I know they haven't talked about contracts and stuff like that, but if it's said in his contract that, you know, he was pretty much only there for 2 or 3 seasons, then yep, depending on how long the show goes, we're just gonna have to figure this out as time goes on. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with season 4 with Dushane's character also, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this. Will Dushane survive the whole series, or will they kill him off? Let me know. Peace.
What made that comedian different from that comedian? And it was the strength, the inner strength, the style, the confidence they had, not being afraid to fail. And if I can transcend that to a lot of people, whatever it might not be comedy, it might be in the workplace, to give them that drive, that's when I Ain't Scared of You came from. You know, you can't be afraid.